Hi everyone. I have had to speak with a number of women and girls who have shared their traumatic experience with their period. Now, I thought period was supposed to be easy and happy. We know about the pains and stuff, but I had no clue that women were using newspaper for sanitary napkin, tissue and the socks. One lady told me that she would use plastic bag for her sanitary napkin. Now guys, no need for me to tell you that that's unacceptable. So Uniquely Me has gone on a period poverty campaign. Yes, you heard right. We are collecting 1,000, well the target is 1,000 sanitary napkins, 1,000 packs I should say, and I'd love for you to join me. So far, a number of you have been contributing, as you can see here guys, and we have a whole box full and we have a few more there, so much so I needed to have had my daughter helping me with this. I need your support. I need your support. If you're in Jamaica, Earth Elements in Kingston, they are one of our drop-off points. West Strait Medical in Portmore, they're another one. And of course, guys, the Knutsford Express. If you're anywhere in Jamaica, you can use their courier service, drop it off, and tell them the location for the destination for drop-off is the Angels Depot. Or you can reach me 856 5769 or send me a message. Let me know that you're willing to join in ending period poverty. Come on, let's throw these out, guys. All different sizes, we will take them. Send them on.
This season of Uniquely Me is sponsored by Design Hub for all your printing and publishing needs. Woman's Touch, the healthiest pad in any aisle. Earth Elements, nourishing body, mind, and spirit. All natural, organic skin, hair, and body care supply store.
What happens when your feminine products are designed by a female gynecologist? They're designed to do more for you and your health. Made with 100% cotton, Woman's Touch sanitary napkins were developed to give you the guarantee of incredible comfort and superb protection with rapid dry gel technology. Join the thousands of women who have switched to a healthier pad. Woman, powerful, pioneering, period. Get Woman's Touch, inspired by you. Available in retailers and wholesalers island-wide.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. This is, of course, the place where we showcase the stories of our women, and we know that women, we are dynamic. Our stories come in all different shapes, forms, you name it. This week and this season, of course, like I've told you, we are doing a little twist. So it's not just our women, but it's our women in their relationships. It's the men in their lives. It's the children. It's all the different, the fascinating things. And so I want to showcase all of that. So they say, two shall become one. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Is that so? You know, this week we're going to hear from a couple who will definitely share. Is it indeed a bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh? Or is it bone for bone, flesh for flesh, or when it's necessary? Guess what? Take some time, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, get your coffee or get, no, you don't want coffee this time of the night. Get some wine and hit the subscribe button and come back. And we will talk some more. So come back.
Uniquely Me is uniquely you. Balancing the different hats of life, achieving all your goals in the name of Christ. Uniquely Me is uniquely you. You can do anything. With the S on your chest, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. You are a winner and you're an overcomer. You can be all things to Christ who gives you strength. Yeah, you are a fighter. You're so determined. You
This week I have with me two of my very own, oh my God, I love this couple so much. They are fabulous. We can call them Mr. and Mrs. Wright, or we can call them Natassia and Jamar. Or guess what? I want them to tell us what we must call them. So, welcome, Jamar and Natassia. It's so good to see both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, thanks for having us.
So, you're welcome. So, what do we call you guys? Which means, I'm asking you what you both call each other.
Babes. There's a joke in the house that our 6-year-old uses quite often. She won't call us mommy and daddy sometimes. She'll be like, babes, can I have something to eat? Because that's what we call each other. So you will never hear our names in the house. It's just babes. And once you say Jamar, he's like, why are you calling me Jamar? Something is wrong.
She's upset.
It's just babe.
Yeah, if Nas calls me Jamar, she's either upset or she's trying to make us sleep.
Okay, I think I can identify with that for real. When we call the names, it's usually something. And worse if we even address it as Mr. and Mrs., then we know trouble really brewing. We want to dig into, so we see both of you everywhere. We see you in the airport, we see you foreign, we see you locally, we see you everywhere. How is it that you guys are able to keep it so much together where you're always together, literally?
I think it's something that we learn from others, especially we were reading something early on in our marriage. And it's like the great Billy Graham, in his ministry, in order to protect him from infidelity, he never traveled. He only traveled without his wife. And if he's traveling without his wife, at no time can he be the company of anyone else apart. If it's the opposite sex, it has to be a family member. And so when you are going into, if you are going to work with Billy Graham in his ministry, you have to sign a contract that you as a male or a female, you can't be in the company of anyone by yourself. And if it's an opposite sex, it has to be one of your family members. And so that is one of the rules that he also helped to prevent himself against infidelity. Even the great Dr. Miles Mantle, you always see without his wife. And so it's not really a form of protection, but it is. And so Nasa and I, we apply that principle to our life. And so wherever we travel together as one, unless it's an urgent meeting or something, or somebody's booking us and they can't afford to bring both of us to school, or Amaya have school, a very important school there, and she have to stay. So that is how we do it. So but most of the time we travel together, whether we are upset with each other, it doesn't matter. We move as one.
I like that. So thanks for that. So Natassia, your husband just said that even if you guys are upset with each other, you travel with each other. So let me tell you, for me, when I'm upset with my husband and I'm traveling with him, so this is me sitting in the front seat and he's in the driver's seat. But when I'm upset, this is me in the car. How do you sit in the car when you are upset with him?
Well, first of all, I don't think my back is very strong, and so I will always be seated upright in my seat. I'm definitely not turning to the side. So I'm going to ensure that I'm comfortably sitting. I am a quiet person by nature. I know that because of what I do, I'm always out there in the public. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
People in the background, we'll pick up.
No, we're not hearing.
Oh, you're not? Oh, I'm sorry. There are people outside. Let me close the window, guys. I'll pick up right back at that.
All right.
All right. I want to make sure there are no interference.
Oh, Lord. So, guys, if you're watching, you just saw how a couple operate together, one leave and the other one drink some of their tea and come back.
I know. So I will always ensure that I'm seated comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very reserved person by nature. I think what I do takes me outside of the box. But otherwise, Jamar is usually the one talking. I am the one always listening. And so you won't hear me. I'm upset. I won't speak as per usual. I will just sit there and enjoy my ride. But I'm not like you. I'm not going to turn my shoulder. I'm not going to do that. That's just going to make him even more upset. So I try not to do that. I don't want to egg him on. So I'll leave that alone. I'll just won't say it.
I'm happy you share that. When I thought about doing the couples thing, I thought about you guys right off the bat because you don't find a lot of couples in the business space and in the social space per se. You usually find one or the other. But what I have seen and noticed about the two of you is that you're both in the space together, but achieving your individual successes. How have you been able to achieve that and at the same time support each other?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that Jamar is like my support function altogether because, again, I'm going to repeat, my natural style in anything I do is very reserved. So I don't want to be out there in the forefront all the time. It just so happens that over time, our business has mushroomed and expanded where it's impossible for us to stay out of the social space.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that he is definitely the driving force behind or influence or expansion, because if it were up to me, I would be more in hiding mode, because that's just not me. But at the same time, I'm so blessed to have him because he still allows me to do what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
He gives me that time to, go do the events, do this, do that. But he also gives me that downtime to say, okay, Nas, you can go ahead, go get your nails done, go sit by the beach, soak up to refresh and to come again.
Wow.
And I think we have to play that part for each of us have to play that part.
I think once they become one, I think once for a person to become one in marriage, I think it takes time, and you're not going to just marry tomorrow and you become one when you become one. It takes time, and it has to become one in purpose, one in vision, one in values as well. And so it's very important that even when somebody married and are starting anything together, whether it's with ministry, whether it's with business, whether it be whatever purpose that God has placed you guys together, whatever purpose, it's very paramount that whoever holds the vision, sometimes most of the time is a man who holds the vision. Yeah, and there are times when female hold the vision, but whoever holds the vision, they must ensure that their partner is in tune with that vision. Even if the partner does not like the vision, you must say, hey babes, this is the vision, let us do the vision together. And so you become active in the vision. Many times if one partner is not active in the vision, then if one partner does not carry the other partner in the vision, what they can grow apart easily, because if one partner is very successful and then another partner is behind the scene, lagger, and so frustration can build up in that. So what one partner have to do, whoever have the vision, even if one partner does not hold the vision, you have to ensure that you communicate the vision
in support
and try to pull the person up to par with the vision that you are doing.
Also, I want to mention, because it's something that I find tears a lot of couples apart.
Yeah.
There is no competition. There is no me versus Jamar.
Yeah.
When it comes to what we're doing, we're a team.
Yeah.
So if it is that Jamar has a function today, I'll go ahead, I'll set up, I'll maybe take out his clothes, I'll take some pictures before I post them. If it's me, he does the same thing.
Right.
I think over a period of time, we have learned to gel and learn that it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Right.
He's good at the marketing. I'm good at just being the face. And so we put that together. There's no competition. Me more popular than you.
Yeah.
Or you're just behind the scenes, so you stay behind the scene. No. And once we get the opportunity once we get the opportunity for exposure, it's not just about me. I
Right.
have to ensure that I speak about my spouse because it's not just
Yeah.
I. If you
Right.
want
Right. Well, I've had the opportunity to work with both of you individually. And I must say, that's what I have noticed. You're both there with each other, both taking pictures of each other, and that kind of thing. And the support is
Yeah.
awesome. It's beautiful. And I love how even with your daughter, you pulled her into it as well.
Yeah.
oh
And
yes,
so
oh
it's
yes.
beautiful. So here's my next question. When you guys decided to have to come out in the way you have in terms of with Mindfood and that kind of thing, whose vision it was and how did you come together to decide? Was it Jamar come and wake you up one morning and say, Natassia, guess what? Or Jamar, was it Natassia who said, Jamar, guess what? I have this idea. How did it all happen? This whole Mindfood and the leadership and the summits. I want to know what took place behind the scenes.
So it's a story, and we can't tell you how it happened. We only can tell you a story. And so in 2013, when my wife and we just got married, I think.
I know we weren't married
Yeah.
because mine started before you were even married.
Yeah, and so we
Oh.
were like a month. Yeah, so we were like a month to get married. And so one morning I had an idea about because I was posting this stuff on social media, and one day I got an idea of putting the message together and in an email and send it out because we have exposed to 155 emails. So I was telling us about the idea. I said, babes, I think we need to, instead of me posting the stuff on Facebook, why don't I put them in an email format and send it to these people? And she was saying, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Because they're going to bombard people with their email, and she said, I don't really like that for people be sending me stuff. And so but I get the urge again, and like a voice said, you need to send out the message that you are going to send out. And so I didn't say anything. And so I get the message, I get the urge again a third time to send it out. And so this is what I did. So I get at the 53 emails. And it was a very short message. I even up to today I remember the message. Yeah, it was 153 emails. Sorry, it was 153 emails. And the first message I sent out is that you are a river, not a reservoir. So in other words, you must give in order to receive. And if you are a reservoir, then you're going to stagnate. And so I put it in and I captioned the message, you are a river, not a reservoir. And so in the title part of the message, I put food for the mind. And so I blast out the email. And so that day, I received a call from this girl that she became my best friend. Her name was Sandy. She said, you know what, I love this. And she said, always continue sending out these messages. And so my cousin got a hold of the message somehow. And he called me and he said, you know what, I love the message. And he said, you know what, food for the mind is too long. He said, food for the mind is too long. And he said, aren't you a marketer? And so he said, this is what we're going to call it. He said, call it Mind Food. And he said, I'm going to create a logo for you. And I said, we don't need any logo. It's just a message. And he said, you're going to thank me later. And so he developed a logo for us, and we keep on sending out these message emails.
So hold on. I have to interject. So the first time you said it, Natassia said no, because we're going to bombard people. You got the urge 2-3 times, and you just run ahead without saying it to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it about 3 times, and it was like on the third time I said, okay, fine.
Yes.
By the time we sent out that first one, it was just unbelievable. We started getting calls to speak. His friend got up and created a Facebook page for us.
Yeah.
You know, we had logos, we had all these different things. We had a website. People just did it because of what we were doing.
Yeah.
And I remember the following year now, I was pregnant, about to give birth, and I said to him, we need to take this thing that we're doing further. And I said to him, how about we put on an event? And he said, but how would we put on a conference? Who would we get to speak?
Yes.
And I said, yeah, man, we have people in our contacts who can call and ask them to speak. Simone, that first event, Alvin Day was a part of it.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. he brought because the emails came from his mentorship program. We were a part of his mentorship program. And
Oh,
so he was pretty much in tune with what was happening with us. And so he brought greetings for us on that day, on that first event in 2014. Mr. Grenells, Alfonso Grenells was a part of it. Ian Jackson. We had amazing
wow.
and we came together and we did it. I just had baby, Simone. Just had baby.
Mhm.
First of hospital, we
Yes.
had that. And today, Mindfood has done over 50 events from that.
Yeah,
And then the book.
Yeah, the book. That first card we got from this girl by the name of Sandy Aaron. She said that you need to put all these thoughts that you were sending out
Right.
in a book. And you said we are not an author, and so we eventually asked around. We went to this place that the publishing they were that at the time the publishing was so exorbitant. And so I asked the lady, I said, because I was at the lady office and there was no way. I was saying, where do you publish a book? And then she said something that sets off an idea in my head. I said, oh, do you publish a book? Because I don't see anybody. And she said, that's simple. She said, all I do is get a graphic designer to design the book cover. I get somebody to lay out the book for me, and I will get somebody to print the book for you. And when I was finished, I ran out of her office and I called me. Yeah, and I said, Nas, we can publish this book cheaper. We just need a graphic designer. We need to find somebody to lay out the book for us. And that's it.
And that's how we started Mindfood Publisher.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Mindfood itself in May here, because it started in May 2013, 8 years old, and we got married in the August of 2013. So this vision came even before we got married.
Awesome. Awesome.
So after putting on these conferences, somebody said to us, "We're not coming back to the conference unless you guys are speaking." And we're there saying to ourselves that we're not speakers. Every time somebody calls us Simone, we're like, we're not speakers, we're not authors. Why are people inviting us? And that was how we started speaking, believe it or not.
Wow.
From that charge that person said to us, before long, companies were inviting us to come. And then that's how we ended up in corporate. And it's been an amazing ride, Simone, an amazing ride. And it's nothing that we planned. We literally got the idea. And our whole marriage, our whole business has continued to be like that. He gets the ideas and I just run with it.
Awesome. Natassia, I'm happy you're going there, because bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh is something that I have found that couples, we quote it, but we don't embrace it, if you understand what I mean, because our ideas might be different, and sometimes, believe it or not, we seemingly competing with each other. We think it's gonna rob us of our time as wife and husband and mother and father, But you guys have found a way to make it work. You have found a way to expand and have brought in as much as even achieving the Governor General's Award. I want to go there in a minute, but I want to understand, how does this bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, for instance, ties into both of you? How do you embrace, or do you embrace it, and how have you done so?
I think we see ourselves as one, that if we are doing anything, it has to be one, and this oneness together, because even when we are publishing our book, it's both of us name and it.
Everything.
So everything.
We don't leave anyone. We don't leave each other.
Yeah, and so we see Nasanaya as one, and so whatever she's doing, I have to ensure that I'm supportive of her. If there's an opportunity, and I say, babe, this fits you perfectly. Even when Nas started out, she said, "No, babes, I want to be behind this," and I said, "No, babes, your story liberates so many people. You have to get out here to tell people your story." And so at the first time, Nas never wanted to to publish her story. And so I wrote something for Nas and I posted for her. And when she wake up, she was so surprised. And so that was it.
Yeah,
And so
because can I mention to you, Simone, because I never wanted to have to regurgitate all of my past trauma and experiences.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jamar he literally just wrote a synopsis of what had happened to me and posted it with a
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
And when I got up, I was so surprised because the amount of interviews, TV shows, it was just everything just started to swirl around because I was like, I never thought that my story would have captured so many persons' hearts.
Yeah.
And so we are aware of this whole bone of bone theory and we live it.
Right.
I'm not saying that we don't have issues because like we are like two different peas. I am a black bean and it is a different kind of peas. I tell you. So I just think different. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you will see a story and he will share a perspective. I mean, I say, where you get that from? That's not what I saw. So I don't want to ever give anybody the impression that we are perfect. We are not. No. What I think we have is an understanding of what our vision is and where we want to head to.
Yeah, because if we are going to come together as one, anything that's come together as one, it's going to create fiction.
Yep.
And so, you know, if we have arguments like any other every other couple, we have argument. But again, you have to iron out your issue. Was telling us that one morning we're getting up to go to the radio station, and we have a big argument. We have a big argument, but guess what? By the time we get in the car,
listen, you know, by the time we go on radio, you would never know because we will throw that hat away. And people ask us that all the time, and they're like, how do you guys even work together? Because I mean, I can't stand my husband and whatever. And I'm like, well, when I'm at work, when I start work, when I get into work mode, like it's a different thing. Or he may want to start a conversation and he just looks on my face and be like, all right, later we'll talk about it because I'm not going to have it right now.
Yeah.
And the events run smoothly. I don't know. I just think that it's a God in the mix of it. That's another thing, Simone, because we have this reverence to know that God has gifted us with something so precious, something that is really going to impact lives. And if we are not careful and if our character is not right, then we're going to be in trouble. Because the truth is, a lot of people are standing by and waiting for marriages to fail. They're waiting for somebody to fall. They're waiting for a scandal to happen. And so you have to protect yourself and you have to protect your vision.
Right. That's true. That's so true. That's so true. I love that. So you know, as I said, you've highlighted a number of things, and this bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, really is built on that foundation of understanding each other, understanding the look, understanding the the little things that we'll say to know our timings and stuff. So you both achieved the Governor General's Award. Share with us a little, what led to that award and how was that successful, and how did, as a couple, how did that make you both feel as a couple achieving that award?
I mean, I think we never set out to win any award. Our aim, we never set out to win any award. I think it was 4 years ago in 2017 because I was nominated for the Governor General Award 3 times.
Yes.
And on the 3rd time, I won that award. And so the first time I was nominated for the award, it was a gentleman that wrote the career section in the Gleaner. I can't remember what his name. I think he wrote this book. It was a nice book. I can't remember his name.
From purpose to purpose.
Yeah, from pain to purpose. Yeah. He wrote this book. He wrote for
Glenford Smith.
Yeah, Glenford Smith. He used to write the career section of the Gleaner. And so one day he saw me on Facebook because I was posting all these things that we were giving away, scholarship and stuff like that. And then he said, you know what, you're one of the perfect candidates to win the Governor General Award. And so he nominated me and he told me what the stuff that I need to send off to Governor General because somebody has to nominate you. And then after they nominate you, they kind of screen you, and then you have to send in I don't sure, I don't remember the exact person, but you have to send in some documents of what you are doing or whatever. And
Right.
so when they send in the document, they kind of screen the candidate of who they receive, and then they call you for an interview. And then from the interview, they determine who win in your category, because they have three categories. I think they have from I don't remember the category. And so the first year I went, I did the interview, and they call me back and say I didn't win. And I think the lady said, I shouldn't be telling you this, but you lost by 1 point. A lawyer beat you.
Wow.
And she said, yeah, she said that this lady is doing things in the diaspora as well. So, and so they called me back a second time,
which is 2018.
which is 2018, and I didn't win. I said I didn't win. I did the interview, and the lady said, "Oh my God, you come so close again. You lost by 1 point." And this time I was like, "I'm fed up with this thing, because the truth is I don't really need an award, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do
Anyway.
anyway." And so they called me the third time.
Can I sum up that one
Yeah,
for you?
Yes.
The third time they called him, he was so mad. He was like, listen, I'm not doing this. He was like, I'm not doing this again, because you guys have wasted so much time.
Yeah.
Every minute I'm resubmitting and I'm doing this and doing that. And he called me and he told me, and he was like, Biz, no, I do not know. I said, no, Biz, don't say that.
Yeah.
Go again.
Yeah.
And we updated them with everything that we were doing. Simone, by this time, we were already in corporate doing trainings.
Right.
We were already known by government. We were already going overseas. We were already doing so many different things.
Wow.
And Jamar, when he did the interview, and when they called to tell him that he was successful, I don't know what feeling.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because it was like, really? Because he wasn't even thinking of, reapplying. But to me, Simone, the greatest thing ever was that on the day that he did in fact receive the award, I couldn't be there, because it was one of our biggest events on the same day at the same time.
Wow.
And he could speak at the event, leave, drive down to the function, and come back to the event. And
Wow.
I was literally in tears when he brought the scroll, because they give you a scroll and an award.
Yeah.
And on the scroll, my name was there. And so it was the contribution that we both had given. So we have to tell that story, because people will believe that we both were awarded at the same time. Jamar is the Governor General Award, but it is based on the contribution of us both. So again, it is bone of my bone. It is still the two of us.
Exactly. I'm very proud of you both. We're about to wrap up, but I want to leave a few three nuggets that couples can embark on or embrace. They are out there thinking of moving into another sphere. God has given them a vision, or one of them has a vision in the marriage, and wondering, should I not, that kind of thing. I wanted to just leave three nuggets with us, to motivate and encourage a couple to say, press, push, you can do this.
I mean, one of the first thing I want to talk to about, I think that's to touch on purpose, but you need wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And because love alone will not keep a marriage together. And
hold on. Said that again.
Let me say it again.
Love alone. Love alone.
Love is not enough for a marriage. Love is not enough for a marriage. There are a lot of people who have been divorced and they still love each other. And when I tell people this, they kind of disagree, because they say, if you love each other, no, that's not true. The Bible never said marriage built on love. But the Bible says in Proverbs, it says, upon wisdom a house is built. So house in that context, in that is an idiom for marriage. And it said, true wisdom and understanding, its rooms are filled with rubies and pearls. And so you need knowledge. And so apart from just loving each other, you need knowledge, because I love plane, but I can't fly plane. And so if I go in the cockpit of a plane, I'm guaranteed there will be chaos. But I love playing, but I don't have the knowledge of utilizing the plane. So you need knowledge of your marriage. And so probably you need to go to seminar, you need to read books together, whatever it is, so that you can make your marriage better. You also need wisdom. Wisdom is the application of what you have learned together. And you need understanding. Understanding in the sense that when you get upset, somebody has to stop speaking, somebody has to shut down, and you have to understand that that your emotion as well. That sometimes you are emotional about something. It's not that you want to say anything, but you just want to keep calm because your emotion change in so many times, and so you don't want to make the decision because you are in an emotional rage. Because there are a lot of people who are in prison today. They are not bad people, but their emotion get the best of them. And the Bible said that anger rests in the laps of food. The Bible never said you can't become angry, but it said anger rests reside in the laps of in the laps of fools. And so when you get angry, you don't want anger to remain in you too long. Angry, but sin not. So when I'm angry with Nas, I don't have to release anger immediately. And the last thing too, as a husband, your prayer is not going to be heard if you don't treat your wife well. That is in the book of Peter. It says if you don't treat your wife well, then when you pray as a husband, your prayer will not answer. So you need wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And he also gave you the other point about prayer. So you have to treat each other good for your prayers to be heard. My point, of course, he already alluded to it, is purpose. You definitely didn't just get married so that people could eat at a reception and you wear a nice pretty dress and he wears a nice suit. Marriage goes much further than that. It goes much further than childbearing. It goes much further than buying a house and having a nice car. It goes as far as to impact other generations and to impact people, even globally. Because you see, that's why the institution of marriage is the very first institution, because through it, your children will learn. Through it, other people will be fed. Through it, a whole heap of things can be changed. And so a lot of you are there sitting down saying, boy, I don't think my marriage has such a special purpose as Jamar and Nas. That's not true. There is something for you guys to do, because you both have gifts and you both have talents, and you both, if you look at it now, Jamar is poor at English. I'm great at English. He is great at marketing. I don't think I do so well with that. So we complement each other.
Yes.
Other weaknesses. What you are strong is he is weak in. What he's strong in, you are weak in. And it's not for you to stand on your own 2 feet and compete. It is for you guys to stand on 4 feet and get it right. And so there is a purpose for you to do. It doesn't matter who has the vision. The idea is you back the other person because it is there to serve humanity. And Simone, that's something that we live by. Whether we broke, whether we have money, whether we're having good times, whether we're having bad times, we serve humanity. And I don't care what anybody says about us. They can't say that we don't serve. Our marriage serves our country. Our marriage serves communities globally. Because we understand that our institution is just bigger than Jamar and Nas.
Awesome.
Legacy, you need to leave an inheritance for your children, and who you are going to leave behind. And so that's what we want to leave with you. Wisdom, purpose, and legacy.
You said something. I have to end on this note because I found it so, I think it was Nas who posted it, that she was busy sleeping and she was awoken to you holding onto her hands, Jamar, and praying for her.
It's not my hand on my head.
Oh, okay now. That for me, I think of all the posts you have made, that one stood out for me because it spoke to the support, the support that comes from your husband. And that's what I wanted to put forward, that as women, we go through our struggles, yes, but God has positioned us with great men, right? Some of us have good marriages and we make light of it. We have good marriages, yeah,
Yeah.
and good support in the marriage and that kind of thing. But you two have proven and have shared that amidst whatever struggles you may have, you have found principles to build it on. And that for me was just precious, 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 precious. Thank you both so much for sharing. You are my favorite couple. You know that. Absolutely love you guys. I love the realness about you guys. For those, I get to talk to you at least not behind the scenes. And like I said, I've got a chance to do individual interviews with you both. You both have your stories, but you have taken those stories and pulled it together and have created such an awesome new beginning and setting the pace and stuff. And so thank you so much for sharing, right? Where can people find you if they're looking for you? You know, what do you offer? Where can they find you?
Oh, on social media, you can find us on Instagram, Mindfood and Natassia Wright, and you can find us also on Facebook and LinkedIn.
So it's Natassia Wright, Jamar Wright. On Instagram, it's mindfood_01. It's also Natassia Wright on Instagram. Our website has our information, which is www.mindfoodinternational.com. And of course, if you need to reach out to us for any event or any training, you can give us a call at 876-781-8614.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Thank you guys. I'm definitely I'm inviting persons, you know, make sure you go check them out. They are all over social media, as they said. And believe me, I can tell you, if you go especially to Mindfood every morning, I think I get up at 10 to 5, and every morning by about latest 6 o'clock, there's Mindfood. There's food there for my mind in my in my WhatsApp. And it's up there on Instagram. So guys, make sure you're going out and checking out this couple. They're awesome. And of course, if you have training sessions, you know, you have a company or you are part of a company and you're seeing the need for certain training, they are definitely available. And guys, guess what? They are not local. They are international.
And we love to fly, so we will come.
You heard, they love to fly, you know? All right. Lord. All right, so guys, there you have it. Another episode of Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. Indeed, showcasing, you know, that our women, they are resilient. They support our men support us. They are family oriented. And I mean, we just wear the big S on our chest. But I'm changing that S to you. We are unique. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So see you next week for another exciting episode. Who knows who's coming up next? Make sure you're subscribed, of course. Hit the notification bell and tell somebody about it. See you next week.
Bye.
Who am I really? Choices, choices, choices. In pursuit of a career? OMG, I'm a wife. Help! I am a mother. Oh, I'm in church. When do I get to be a woman that God called me to be? Uniquely Me covers the acrobatic endeavors of every woman to balance the responsibilities of being a mother, a wife, a professional, a church leader, a friend, yet still maintain her identity. I too am a mother, a wife, a trained minister of religion, a banker, an entrepreneur trying to balance the many hats that signifies my role. My book will help motivate and empower every woman who is really unique in her own way. Grab your copy today on Amazon, because Uniquely Me is uniquely you.
Thank you for tuning in to Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. Remember, Uniquely Me is uniquely you.